What's up guys, welcome back to another boss guide, and this time we're actually going to show you exactly where you find this boss because we missed it for all of chapter 3, and it's a player hub that you can reach pretty early in chapter 3, so you don't want to miss this. Right after, I'm going to show you my strategy for this boss, so if you've already found him you can skip to that. I'll put a timestamp in the video, and without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so in order to get here, the first thing that you're going to want to do is that you're going to want to come over to north shore of the Bitter Lake. Once you get over here, you can turn straight around 180 degrees. Down in the water here, you will see a dragon standing, an old dragon standing in the water. You want to go out there and defeat him. Pluck of Many is a really great spell for this boss fight. So once you reset, he will be over at that little hut right there. So the second part to this is that you're going to want to come over to Yellow Wind Ridge and the village entrance shrine. Once you get here, you want to jump over this little branch right in front of you and come down to this valley right here. And down in this valley you will find a frog that you need to defeat if you've not already defeated him, like I have. He won't be here. In that case, you can just move back to the shrine and travel to Yellow Wind Ridge, Crouching Tiger Temple, and Cellar. In here you will find the Q Tiger, speak to him, and I don't have it, but there's a talk option that just says talk. Do that for as many times as you can until it disappears, and you will get the key that you need for the next step, which is to come back to the New West and the Bitter Lake Shrine. Go back to the hut where you found the dragon, give him the key, and he will give you the Rai scroll. This scroll lets you teleport to the player hub, and in the player hub you will find all of your old friends, the Chew Dog, the monkey that helps you upgrade your gourd, the dragon that you just defeated and did the quest line for. I'm not gonna tell you what he does, you're gonna figure out. And then also this blacksmith right here. This is the Yin Tiger, and you have an option to challenge him. I would not recommend that you challenge this guy before you complete at least chapter 3. That's where I am right now, because he is really tough. But if you're up for a challenge, you can go for it earlier. The armor that I use is the Golden Mask of Fury for the 2-set bonus, the arm guard for the bronze arm guard for the 2-set bonus, and then the Chew by Spear. I'm also going for the Wind Tamer and the Wandering White Spirit. My relics will be Keen Insight, Whistling Wind, and Hold Breath. In my Foundation tab, in the Survival tab, I will go Health, Stamina, Crit Chance, Defense, and Crit Hit Damage. In Staff stances, I will go for the Thrust stance, since I have the Chew by Spear. Then I will also try to go as far down here as possible so that I get the 4-set bonus and also the secondary damage. The rest of my points are spec'd into Strand for the Pluck of Many. Try to not spec 2 points into Multitude because it will take a lot of mana to cast this spell if you do. In transformations, I will go for Steadfast. I'm also going to make sure I have some amplification pellets in order to get my crit up even more. Alright, so now for the boss guide. I'm actually going to do this as a live commentary for a change. So I'm actually going to commentate over while I fight this boss. Alright, I know I said live commentary, but I felt like this needed some context. So I'm actually going to put in a few extra comments above this just to clarify a few things. So firstly, my plan of action is to start off with an opener that I feel is pretty safe. Since this guy is almost immune to immobilize, I want to make sure that I use my other utilities accordingly. So to start off, amplification pellets, red tides, and pluck of many in the beginning, just to get them on cooldown because they have a really long cooldown and I want to get them up twice during this fight if I have to. This should be enough to get him to his second phase, where he practically goes crazy, it does a ton of damage, and during this time I just want to try to hit him during his attack windows, use my Cloud Step as soon as I feel he becomes overwhelming to heal up and get back into the fight, while I wait for my other abilities to come back up. As soon as possible in the second phase I want to use my Headbutt and also my Wind Tamer ability because it gives damage reduction, which is huge while you wait for your other spells. We're gonna go into the fight. You will have some time right in the beginning of the fight to pop an amplification pellet right away. Then I'm also going to pop my Pluck of Many and try to get a charged attack up. And then Red Tides. Now try to dodge his abilities as best as you can and go in for as much damage as you can, while still dodging his abilities, mind you. He goes away, he will come in again. lucky crit right there. It's always nice to see. Right now, we're just gonna wait for, because he will go into his second phase and we will take damage. I don't know if you can dodge this, but right now, I actually dodged it. So you can dodge it. Now we are in his second phase, so he will do some things different, sorry. I'm gonna immobilize him right here just to get my headbutt ability out for some extra damage. Now I'm gonna use my Wind Tamer to get damage reduction, because he hits really hard during this phase. And right now I just want to wait for my other abilities to get back up while I do some damage. Got hit by that, but luckily we had the Wind Tamer active. As you can see, the animations are really slow for this guy. But try not to attack until you see that he's really done with his attacks, because he just keeps going all the time. You see now, he would swipe. I knew that, but I still didn't dodge it. We're waiting for abilities. I'm actually going to use this right here while he goes around on his... And right here I have full focus points, so I will want to try to get a heavy attack out. It's really hard during the second phase because he keeps doing attacks all the time. So try to be patient, because he will eventually stop so that you can get a spell in. Get a heavy attack. Alright, so now we just want to wait for our abilities. I'm actually going to use a pot right here just to get some mana. This was the one that I dodged when he went into his second phase. Usually I don't manage to dodge this one, but the time goes on and we will be able to, at least I thought. I'm going to pot up again, go back in for a few hits. And don't get greedy right here. I almost have my red tides, so worst case, I would probably be able to pot up right here. I'm actually panicking a little bit right now, so I'm gonna have to relax. Get out of his way. I have my cloud step, so I'm gonna use that just to wait for my red tides. Now I can go in. Oh, I actually got him. If I didn't, right after that hit right there, I would have gone for my red tides just to make sure that I got him down. Alright, so let me know if the live commentary format was helpful to you or if it was more confusing. Make sure to tell me below. You saw me dodging a lot of his abilities, even though I didn't dodge all of them. I keep saying this, make sure you go in a few times before just to try out what he does. Don't try to attack him, just try to dodge and learn his animations and his attacks. Now, if it did help you out, make sure to leave a like, consider subscribing, and I will see you guys in the next boss guide. Peace.